welcome back to Sparrow's Nest Farm. We are getting ready for a real short camping trip, our very first one with the Gladiator, and it's not going to be overlanding or anything. We're just going up north a few hours to be with family and celebrate someone we lost. But that gives us the opportunity to go through our camping gear, and we have been putting it all together, getting ready for our bigger trip at the end of the month, and we just got something in the mail, so I thought I'd do an unboxing and maybe go through what else we have. So this is it. I started to open it and I thought, well, let me just bring YouTube along. And there it is, gas one, dual fuel stove, so it can take butane or propane, and it's just a single burner. We figured that was all we really needed, and if we need a double burner down the road, we can always get one, but this will be good enough for now. We got this off of Amazon, and I will see if Whit can put a link in the description. Let's get this thing open. It comes in a storage case. Hang on. Okay, so let's see if that will focus. Portable gas stove, it says. So it's got little locks up here. And open it up. It's got the instruction manual, warranty, the burner, and of course everything's covered in plastic these days. Let me see if I can get that out of there. Oh, gonna have to put you down again. Okay, so there it is. And this just sits like that for cooking. And then you flip it over and set it in like that to store it away. And it can house in the little suitcase there. And the fuel, you can either put a butane can in here, or it has this connector so that you can put a propane canister on there. It's really lightweight. Should be easy to carry that around. I'm happy with it so far. We will try it this weekend for the first time, probably making my morning coffee, and see how it goes, but I'm excited. I'm really, really happy to have this. Okay, so I pulled out the bin that we have our camp kitchen stored in, and I know that I've probably overpacked this, but it's been a while since we've been camping, and I'm trying to plan for overland camping, which means being a lot farther away from conveniences. So I was just trying to cover all my bases. I watched a bunch of videos on what other people pack and looked at lists of things to pack, and so I tried to be a little conservative but still cover my bases pretty well. So I'm going to show you what I've got in there, and then we will probably take you through the recovery stuff at another video. This is just going to be the camp kitchen. And we'll probably show you a little bit of camping this weekend. Like I said already, it is not a true overland camp. It is just, we're going to be away from home overnight. We decided to try out our equipment just to make sure that we're good to go for the bigger trip at the end of this month. So here we go. Paper towels. My kitchen also has the first aid stuff. So as part of that, I've got 3 different types of bug spray. I've got a organic, plant-based, DEET-free bug spray, which is preferred. However, in some of the areas we'll be going, I know that we're going to need something a little more intense sometimes. So I do have 2 other ones with various levels of DEET, just to make sure that we keep the mosquitoes off and are able to enjoy our trip a little better. This is a first aid kit, and I'm not going to go through it this time, but on another video I'll go through everything that I put in here. But it does have a store-bought packed kit, store-bought packed kit, along with, there's aspirin and ibuprofen, lots of other extras. I've got 2 wash bins stacked into each other, one for hot soapy water and one for rinse water, so we can wash up our stuff while we're at camp. Cooking utensils, and I know I've got way too much here, but I just didn't want to run out. So there's spatulas, there's measuring cup spoons, because honestly one of the things I told Whit is I have to be able to cook and have like an appropriate meal. Partially because of the way I have to eat for my diabetes, but also partially because, darn it, that's a luxury I'm just not willing to give up, is good food. So, I've got knives in here, I've got silverware in here, I've got a pair of scissors in here, peeler, so, utensils. This bag has a little bottle of dish soap. In the future, I do want to get a biodegradable soap to replace this, but I just grabbed something at the Dollar Tree to get us by for now. And I've got a little hand sanitizer. We don't typically like using hand sanitizer for the most part. I would rather just wash up. But when you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's an extra precaution that I am willing to take. Stay. Okay. I've got 2 sizes of bags. This one is, I think, 2.5 gallon. And then this one is just quart size bags. That is for making sure that we keep things cleaned up. If we have wet clothing, anything like that, just having bags to store things in for various reasons is a good idea. Leftover food, things like that. So I've got those. I've got 2 sizes of trash bags. These are the small size trash bags, like you would have in your office or something, and these are kitchen size bags. And the reason that I've got 2 sizes is, I forget where I got this tip, but somebody said that they use the small ones for the daily messes. And the reason that they do that is because this size, it's really easy just to tie up and throw away these little small ones rather than trying to throw away a big kitchen bag. They use the big kitchen bags to store the small ones, and also one of the things you really want to do when you're out camping in the wilderness is you want to always leave the places you're going cleaner and nicer than when you found them. Unfortunately, there are people that don't do that, so you bring trash bags and you clean up other people's messes, and that's the reality of it. But it's really important to us. One of the things that helps to keep these sites open and these trails open is the people that are willing to go out there and clean them up when other people have chosen not to. So that's why I bring those. Baby wipes. We do not have a onboard showering system yet. Baby wipes will do in a pinch. If you really get offended, go for a swim or something. But honestly, you can, my grandma used to say, clean up your stinky parts. So we got baby wipes, and they're also good for like wiping down tables, things like that. All right, let's see here. This is a water filter. We will be bringing water with us, just store-bought gallons of water. But you never know what's going to happen. There's always the possibility that you're going to end up stranded somewhere, run out of water, need to drink what's there. This is a really good high-quality filter by Sawyer MINI water filtration system. And that's what that looks like. Up to 100,000 gallons of clean water per filter. So we have that. That is an emergency thing that hopefully we will never need. Now, this is probably the most important piece in here and the first one that I will eventually replace. Coffee percolator. I do love percolated coffee. I used to have a percolator for at home. I really loved using it, but this one, it was a Walmart camping area buy, and I just don't trust it's going to hold up well. I know that it's not going to keep the water hot for very long, so I know that I am going to end up with cold coffee very quickly, and it is already bent in a couple of places. Can you see that? It is already bent there, and it's already bent there, and it hasn't even been used yet. So I will be on the lookout for a replacement for this probably after this weekend, because I'm betting this weekend I'm going to discover this isn't going to cut it. This is a small camp pot. It's got a really good solid handle on it. The knob on top is a little loose, but I'm not super concerned about that. It's a good little deep pot. It should work for boiling water. Whit likes tea instead of coffee, so I offered to do a kettle so that I could do my coffee in something a little fancier, and he could do tea out of the same water, but he's insistent that he's just going to use this pot. So when I go and get my better coffee system, he gets to use the pot. I'm just kidding. I'll let him use the hot water. All right, these are just small bowls. I've got 4 of them here. You can use those for food, for meal prepping. Lots of uses. Good to have. see. In here, I've got towels, pot holders, washcloths, a scrubby that my friend Erin made. If you like scrubbies like that, I'll get you in contact. She does them. They're really nice. I use this in my kitchen. Well, I use a different one, obviously, in my kitchen. But it's stored in a baggie, and there are extra baggies because the wet ones will go into a separate bag than the dry ones. Keeps them all nice and clean, and we're ready to go. These I'm really excited about. The little cook pot I got at a Goodwill, and I don't typically shop at Goodwill, but I knew in our area we have the 127 garage sale, the world's or the US's longest garage sale, or the region's longest. Anyways, it goes all the way up into Michigan, all the way down to Kentucky, and it goes all along 127, and people will set up for the weekend, and afterwards, things that don't sell, that they don't want to continue to hold on to, they'll take to places like Goodwill and get rid of them. So I know that the week following, I can get some really great stuff at Goodwill. Now, I did go to the 127 garage sales, but you can't stop at all of them. You absolutely can't. There are so many. So, at the garage sales, I had two finds that I'm really excited about. This is the first one. These are plates, but they're nice and deep plates. And these will probably be what we use most of the time. Since we don't do a lot of grains and stuff, we don't need bowls a ton, but plates get used 3 times a day. Sometimes 4 if you're having a really good snack. So, these are brand new, never used, and I got a set of 6 of them for $10, and I honestly really don't need to carry 6, but the reason I'm doing it is because if we meet someone out on the trail and we want to invite them to have a meal with us, I want to have extra place settings to feed extra people if that should come up. So even though with just Whit and I, we don't need 6, I'm taking 6. Lighter. I've got 2 of these. One is in the other bin that we use for recovery, which we probably won't take this weekend. I'm not sure. That's Whit's in charge of that. He has to go over that stuff. But then one in the kitchen stuff so that I can light up my burner and light up a fire. Excuse me. Now, the other thing I'm really excited about, and I gotta pull it out of its bag here. This is a cowboy pan. It's really nice, solid built. It's got very little pitting. You can see it's a nice smooth surface. It is well seasoned. It's just really, really nice. And these are not super heavy. Like regular cast iron, which is what I would normally take, would be quite a lot heavier than this. But this will be really nice for cooking our meals in. It's nice and deep, so almost everything could be cooked in this, as long as I plan appropriately. And I think that's it. Oh. I am a book nerd, so that's not it. There are 3 things left in this bin that are not food related necessarily, but they're things that I will absolutely take on any trip where I will not be close to civilization. This is an excellent book. I have had this for years, and we've used stuff in this for previous camping, and I will always keep this with me because the knowledge in this book is invaluable. Definitely recommend it. It is Outdoor Survival Skills, 6th edition, by Larry Dean Olsen, foreword by Robert Redford. So, good book. Check it out. These, also in the survival out in the middle of nowhere category. I got these when we got married in Colorado. That's the Pocket Guide to Weather Forecasting and the Pocket Guide to Animal Tracks. And I don't know, it's by Pocket Guides Publishing. I don't know if you could find these on Amazon. They were only a few bucks a piece, and being that we are, I don't want to call us preppers, but we prefer to be able to help ourselves in situations where things are not going well. So, having said that, this one is the Animal Tracks, and you can see here it's got pictures of the animal, pictures of the tracks that they make, and actually it shows how you'll see them presented. See that? Shows about how far apart you would see them and in what order, because the gait pattern on different animals is going to be different. So there's that. There's some rodents. It's got lots of different animals in here, and it even has birds in the back. So if you're out bird watching, you can figure out what it is you're looking at. So these are really handy. They were really just a few bucks a piece, and I really like having them. This one is the weather forecast. On this page, you can look up at the clouds and see what your weather is going to be based on what clouds you're seeing. So, highly recommend those if you can find them. I don't know, I will try to have Whit put links to these books. As far as anything else, most things I either had around the house already or I picked up at the Dollar Tree. These were at the Dollar Tree. Honestly, they have a lot of great stuff at the Dollar Tree. If you're not shopping there, do it. Do it. I promise you. It's worth it. All right. I think that's it. I will pick this up when we get to where we're going. Hey, so we are sitting here in the library instead of setting up camp because I got a nice stomach bug. I'm sure you all saw in my weeding video that I was having a headache and I was also having some nausea, and that turned into a fever and just feeling very bad. It was definitely a cancel the trip kind of thing, and I'm still recovering from that.
And not only would it not have been pleasant for Jen, we'd have been around people, exposing some of our loved ones who are fighting cancer and having weakened immune systems already. So it was not going to happen. We were not going to be around people for that.
Yeah.
So I think we decided best to stay home. It was a trip to, like Jen said, to gather with family and celebrate the loss of a loved one. We already did make it to his memorial, but a lot of that side of the state family didn't get to make it to that memorial, so they were having a different one.
So, I guess we'll go ahead and end this video here, and we will show you the camp kitchen in our big camping trip coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. Ooh.
Actually, it's going to be like a 4-day weekend, I think, is what we're doing.
Yeah, we're going to take off on Thursday morning and go up and just overland ourselves a little bit through Huron National Forest and camp out that night. And then we've got a gathering of some Tri-State Christian Jeepers, fellow Jeepers that are going to join us and spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday wheeling and camping. And should be a good time.
Yeah, we are really looking forward to it. And since I didn't get to test everything out, I'm just hopefully it works.
It'll be good.
I'm sure it'll be fine, and we won't be far from civilization if we need anything. So, having said that, thanks for watching, y'all. Take care. God bless.